Good evening, friends. On behalf of Banking Quest, I, Tilak Gulati, extend you warm welcome. Friends, today we are starting a training program on MSME credit for marketing officers. This training program has been designed and structured into 20 sessions of 1 hour duration each. We shall be conducting this training online on Google Meet platform daily on all working days, Monday to Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. At the outset, I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to the management of Canara Bank for giving us this opportunity for imparting training to the young bankers who have taken up the responsibility of extending credit to MSME sector, which is the backbone of India's economy. Friends, it gives me immense pleasure to inform that we have with us Mr. R.K. Singh, General Manager, MSME Canara Bank. Sir, on behalf of entire team of Banking Quest and on behalf of all the participants, I extend you heartiest welcome. Friends, it is our great privilege that in spite of his busy schedule, Mr. R.K. Singh has kindly agreed to inaugurate this training program. Sir, before I request you to enrich us with your valuable inaugural address, I would like to give a brief introduction to our organization, Banking Quest, one of the pioneer organizations imparting training to bank officials. I would request our team member Richa Gulati to give a brief introduction to our organization, Banking Quest.
A very good evening to all of you, and a very warm welcome to the training program on MSME credit. Banking Quest is really glad to be given this opportunity to conduct this training program for all of you. And before we start, we would like to give you a brief background on Banking Quest and our journey so far. To start with, our vision and mission. Our aim is to grow the bankers and the banking industry, and this is done by providing proper training and transformational skills to the bankers. We strongly believe that when a banker grows, thus grows the banking industry. Banking Quest is founded by senior bankers who have a proven track record and a single minded focus of developing the next generation bankers. We really pride ourselves in our distinctive and differentiated content and our delivery, which has a prime focus on the practical aspects of banking functions. We have an advisory council of esteemed professionals from various industry. We have Mr. Mohan Tangsale, who is the mentor and former chairman and MD of Central Bank of India and chief executive of Indian Banks Association. We have Mr. Professor Rajiv Kishore Dubey as a mentor, who is also a former chairman and MD of Canara Bank. Mr. Hargovind Sachdev as mentor, who is a former general manager, State Bank of India, and head of Central European Credit Desk at Frankfurt, Germany, covering 15 countries of Central Europe. And we have Mr. Tilak Gulati, who is the chief executive and former principal, Staff Training College at UCO Bank. In terms of our achievements so far, we have successfully trained 8,000 plus bankers from 25 banks. Our participant feedback rating is consistently over 90%. We have the capability to deliver both classroom and online programs across India with best in class faculty. And all our programs are designed keeping the client's needs in mind and customized as per the requirements. In terms of our recently introduced initiatives, we did a training program on risk management in banks and NBFCs. We did a foreign exchange training program on MSME credit, a credit management training program, treasury investment and risk management, and a bank promotions training program. All these programs are very much appreciated by all the participants. In terms of our capability, we specialize in the content creation and delivery. We have a prime focus on customized training solutions as per the needs. We have a pan India faculty pool of highly experienced and credible faculty people. And last but not the least is a capability for large scale pan India training rollouts through proper program management. We are really glad and fortunate to be able to serve 10 large clients and still counting. And to name a few, we have Canara Bank, Union Bank, Federal Bank, UCO Bank, India Exim Bank, Airtel Payments Bank, HEL, Bank of Maharashtra, Janta Sahakari Bank, and SBM. We are reachable at the following coordinates, and we wish you all the very best for the upcoming training program. Hope you you find it very fruitful and it helps you to grow in your career. With this, I'll hand it over back to Mr. Tilak Gulati. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Richa. Thanks. Friends, now I welcome Mr. R.K. Singh, General Manager, MSME, Canara Bank, and request sir to kindly enrich the participants with your inaugural address, guiding them, advising them, and motivating them to extend MSME credit from nation for nation building. Mr. R.K. Singh, sir.
Thank you, Gulati Saab, and it's my sincere acknowledgement of the whatever great work done by you in our last training program that was conducted by Banking Quest. We got a very good feedback, and you know that customer feedback always gets a repeat business. Talking in terms of traders, so that's the as per expectation, we got a very good feedback, and that was the reason we always were looking for some sort of training program for our marketing officers apart from whatever processing normally Banking Quest or type of organization that you have built. It would have been easier for you to impart a training program to our credit officials, like processing, appraisal. It's far more easier to get retired bankers, the type of skill set you can get. We are not very confident, but the type of feedback, I got. Thought, okay, fine, let us try our luck, our desire by expressing to Banking Quest that we want to have a similar sort of training program for our marketing officers also. And the first pleasant surprise, like I opened my scheme, I saw Shashikala Madam. So the type of, expertise you have, sir, brought into any program, or particularly today onwards, whatever we are going to have for this marketing officers, gives me a lot of confidence. Because marketing per se, all our marketing officers are having certain academic background for marketing. But we all know that marketing and marketing in banking, particularly credit marketing, is entirely different thing altogether. And when we want to train our marketing officers working in the bank, trying to bring some new credit clients, who else will be more suitable than bankers themselves, who are having good experience in all, I can say, spheres of banking, being at corporate level or field level, knows the nitty-gritty of how exactly to build up a good credit portfolio, to impart a good and worthy training session, or lending a helping hand to our marketing officers to actually build them a good banker, not only build them a good marketeer. Sir, again, for the benefit of faculty members and also to give a perspective to all my participants, I believe that around 78 of marketing officers would have joined today or would be joining entire training program spanned over 20 days nearly. Very recently, around 5 or 6 months back, we have revamped the entire MSME, a structure in the bank. We call it MSME Sulabh. Earlier also this MSME Sulabh was there since maybe for the last 10, 11 years. So this entire structure was there in place, but somehow it was not giving the result that was desired. And for the last 2.5 years, we have been thinking of bringing some changes to structure to make it more effective, to reach out to more customers more efficiently. And from July onwards, we have implemented the changes. All this MSME Sulabh, what we call, they are processing and appraisal centers. They have been delinked with the controlling offices. Earlier, they were part and parcel, maybe administratively also they're part and parcel of our regional or zonal offices, what we call circle office. They have been delinked and they have been set up now as a separate business entity. That has brought a lot of difference to entire functioning of MSME Sulabh. Earlier, we were having around 52, 53 this sort of processing centers located at regional offices and circle offices. And quite few of them were, given marketing officers. But thing was somehow bureaucracy was more, and it was gradually it was becoming more and more sort of administrative unit. So sir, now as of today, we are having 109. Out of that, 78 people have joined. 109 MSME Sulabhs span entire country. They are under administrative control of our regional offices. Though we wanted to give marketing officers to each one of them, of these MSME Sulabhs who are entrusted with, you can say, dual sort of responsibility. One is that whatever appraisal and sanction of loans emanating from branches beyond a cut-off limit, that cut-off limit is also kept at a very low threshold. That's one part, one responsibility they have been given. Second responsibility, that's why we are here, all of us today, to generate and to source proposals on their own. Now there could be a couple of ways to generate proposals: by contacting our borrowers, by generating leads from various platforms, from various sources, and one direct approach to our own setup. That means through our own marketing officials. That also we thought that should be developed in a very effective way, and there should be, our MSME Sulabh should be given marketing setup with the full-fledged marketing officers, so that they can go and go to the market and in many centers clusters are coming up very you can say strongly in many good centers in India. Earlier, whatever we saw, that Aligarh and Muradabad and in South India, if you go Tirupur and Dindigal and this sort of Karur centers were there. But now most of the state governments have become very, very proactive, very, very, you can say, aware of this entire opportunity that MSME units provide for employment generation. Most of the state government, what we are now witnessing, are trying to create some sort of clusters, whether it's one district, one product program, or in whatever manner. So this focus approach requires some sort of response from banks also to garner the business, to capitalize on the opportunities available in the market. With that approach, we thought we have provided some 78 officers, 78 to 79 officers in our MSME Sulabhs. Not all of them have been provided with. Having posted marketing officers to Sulabhs is not end of the job, but rather it's the beginning only. Now, not all of them have been equipped or are well aware of the concept of credit marketing, though they are having some sort of professional background in marketing. But trade marketing is certainly that needs to be developed. It's not like, and it requires certain sort of discipline and perseverance. We need to have a good knowledge, product knowledge, knowledge of some sort of how the finance works, so that we can go and effectively talk and discuss with the client as a part of first contact with the client. If client is not confident about the person who has come and met him, that whether the person he or she is going to understand my requirement or can go and convey the same to higher ups in their respective bank, they may not actually respond, they may not elicit the same sort of response while talking to them, and certainly that will affect our business. Real workable lead cannot be generated, and there will be loss of business. Though they may be going and making all attempts, visiting the clients, all sort of efforts will be there by our marketing officers. So here, whatever gap we understood and we experienced, and while talking to our marketing officers, we realized most of them, they express their what you call their desire, or their you can say this sort of gap. They talk to us. So had it been some sort of training for us in this entire matter of marketing of MSME products, it would have been much easier for for them to actually effectively discharge their duty. And having experience, a very recent experience, we reached out to Banking Quest, and now this program is there. Today, this program is being launched. Sir, what we expect and the type of schedule it has been drawn. Of course, marketing skill that would be refreshed by your able team during the course of our entire this training journey. Trade marketing as a subject, or whatever different nuances of trade marketing, I firmly believe that would be imparted to all our participants. And maybe a specific skill, whatever, I do not know the limitation of virtual training program, how best some basic idea of effective software skill, how we can talk with them. That I leave to a good Shashikala madam. I know she's a very good communicator. So this sort of thing I would request my esteemed faculty from Banking Quest to please take care of a specific requirement, how to present themselves, how to speak to, how to talk to, how effectively we can interact, so that a person will be our entrepreneur, our borrower, our intended client, our target should be willing to meet them again. That is very important. If once they go and they meet somebody and the first impression is not good enough, then maybe that would be a dead end. So we need to have this sort of confidence we need to instill in our young marketing professionals, how to discuss, how to take the negotiate, how to take the discussion forward, how to present the products, how to present themselves, how to present the bank, and how to convince the clients, the would-be clients, that it is in their own interest, apart from, of course, to make it a win-win sort of situation for bank and for clients. So, sir, that would be one of the expectation from my side, so that our marketing officers would become a bit effective, bit more effective at the end of this training program. Now, my marketing officers who are there, my earnest and sincere request to you, this sort of training program, whether it's a virtual or whether it's one-to-one means a classroom. Adult learning is self-induced. Like you can bring horse to the water, but it's very difficult to make horse drink water. So we can arrange any sort of training program, but adult learning program, one need to invest fully. The concept of daily takeaway from any training session, please implement it. Raise your hand, whatever this facility is always available in any virtual training program. If you are not getting the point, whatever putting across by our faculty members, just don't shy away. You involve yourself. That is your duty for yourself, duty for your bank. Any training program is investment in our own personality, and bank has made this sort of arrangement for you to invest in you for the growth of bank. So if you are not learning from this training program, this well-devised training program, it's not only loss for the bank, it's a big loss of opportunity for you also. My dear friends, participate. If any project, if any homework sort of things are given to you, please do it. Have a full understanding before you come for any class, and sincerely apply yourself to whatever teaching is being imparted, to make yourself a very improved professional at the end of this training program. I can, but I do not want, I can talk more, but I do not want, I feel people with far more, greater wisdom are here in front of me, and they will take care of young marketing officers during course of time. I wish all my marketing officers very best. Please make full use of this opportunity. We will be interacting with you during the program. What best, if any, help from our side is required, we are always there. But it's up to you. Finally, it's up to you to make use of this wonderful, faculty group that Banking Quest, Mr. Gulati has actually congregated, has brought for the benefit of all of us. Thank you, sir. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Singh, sir. Thanks a lot. First of all, I thank you for the compliment given to us that we have received a very good feedback. So, friends, sir, I assure you that we Banking Quest, we have made this platform by senior level bankers. We are all well settled in our personal life. We have settled it so that we can do out of our own passion. We want to give our knowledge, our exposure to the young bankers. And whenever we take any session, we treat them our own children. So whatever maximum we can give, we give. And in return also, we get a purpose of life. So that is the main reward we are getting out of it, purpose of life at this age. Thank you, sir. And in future also, you will see that all our training programs participants will be very, very happy. If any single participant is not happy with our training program, we feel it lacking somewhere on our end. So assure you in future also we will do it, that thing. And whatever your expectations, we will always try to stand true to your expectations. If anytime, sometimes we may lack also, but we always try to introspect. We always try to come above, improve upon ourselves every time. So every time, every next program will be better than the earlier program. So, sir, one very good thing you have given to the participants, very good advice you have given to the participants. Posting in marketing is not an end itself. It is a beginning of a journey. So, friends, whenever now that you have been posted in marketing, this is a very important platform. A very important, you can say, posting you have got it. Whenever you are giving any credit to an MSME, you are giving a true service to the nation. So, sir, thank you very much. So, sir, we have with us Shashikala Ramachandra, former General Manager and Chief Risk Officer of Canara Bank. Here we have got, and Mr. Waman Gokhale, former Deputy General Manager, Central Bank of India. Mr. Satyanarayana K.S, former Deputy General Manager, Canara Bank. So, sir, we have got this. They are our distinguished team members. I welcome all of them over here also. So I request now Shashikala Ramachandra to kindly give a vote of thanks to Mr. Rajesh Singh and give a piece of advice also.
Well, it was a pleasure to hear to Rajesh Singh. Actually, having worked with him, I know his diligence and how he gets into the work and subject also. And well said, Raj. And I'm very glad to hear so much changes have been made, which was actually required and was being discussed since quite some years. But you have done it, and kudos and congratulations for that to you. And thanks for coming here and addressing the participants, because as you said, they are your children and it really matters to them that you have said so much, and for them to follow. And I'm sure that they will be impressed, and it shows the dedication that you and your team also are having on this training program, which like as we all used to say in Canada, training is so essential. So that is something that when he told me about this, I was really glad about it. To say that Canara Bank is sending so many for especially MSME. That apart, this is something that is so complex in not just financing or due diligence, but marketing. The key requirement that is required for MSME. So you have said well about it, and I'm really thankful to you on behalf of the Quest and on my personal behalf also. Felt glad to see you here, and thank you very much for coming here and doing it. As Mr. Gulati was saying, yes, he has got a wonderful, a team here to actually impart, and all of us we just want to share our knowledge and nothing else. Like, we are all very passionate about sharing what we have experienced, because that really matters for the youngsters of today. So with that, without getting into the participants' time, thanks once again, Mr. Rajesh, and thanks, Mr. Gulati. He is the brain behind this, and he has been running this so well. It's quite impressive. And thanks to my other team members also. And I welcome all the participants and request them to make the best use of this opportunity. And we are there during the training and also after the training. If you have any doubts, that also I can assure you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Shashiji. Thanks a lot. So
Thank you, madam, and Gulati, thank you. And if you permit, I will take leave.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shashiji.
Thanks for giving so much time.
Thank you.